follow. Today is the 6th of September at 2023. So guys, on Monday is our president-elect, who's now the president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, was sworn in as the Zimbabwean president, and tomorrow, which is Thursday, is the senators and the MPs will be swearing in at the Parliament building in Harare. So I went to Hopewell's Facebook page. It was something which is very interesting here after the inauguration. President Emmerson Mnangagwa on Monday. He said Emmerson Mnangagwa was inaugurated yesterday for his second term, but as we can see from the arrest of Doug Cotter and Tapiwa Missionary last night, nothing will change. What now may have been asking me in my inboxes. The opposition in its current construct is terrible weak, and it can't take on a monster like ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF rigs elections. The opposition's job must be to stop that and not just mourn. If it doesn't unite and continues to believe in its own propaganda, we will get to 2028 the same way we got to 2023. It is time the opposition has serious conversations in its ranks, or else it will not succeed in strengthening itself. Strategic ambiguity failed, promises of divine intervention failed, and motivational speeches failed. This is a reality and not opinion. You discard it at your own peril. If anyone can see that, then they can't be helped. ZANU-PF doesn't care about legitimacy. If it governs using meritocracy, the opposition will have a mountain to climb. ZANU-PF will repeat its shameful acts of there is another election tomorrow. It only cares about retaining power. The opposition is lucky that ZANU-PF can't govern using meritocracy because corruption in its DNA, but that itself won't save the opposition if it continues to be a one-man and his friends outfit. Being in denial of this will assure another defeat. The opposition needs to have a constitution, a congress to establish structured leadership, a bank account, and a website as a foundation to avoid ZANU-PF destroying it. The opposition leader must be accountable to a constitution, not to himself. That is what happens in a democracy. Journalists must ask tough questions to both the ruling party and the opposition, or else they will become complicit in the country's demise. Both ZANU-PF and CCC are in government at different levels, so they must be held accountable. Elections are over. It is pointless repeating what we mentioned before the elections. I want to tell every Zimbabwean this: only a broad-based and inclusive opposition will defeat ZANU-PF. That way, when ZANU-PF rigs, it becomes personal to everyone and becomes everyone's business. We are all affected by the choices ZANU-PF and CCC make. So behind united and having a leadership that can unite people is paramount. The Zimbabwean diaspora must also be at the center of opposition politics, not just as funders, but as an engine for ideas because they have them. The opposition must not just criticize, but it must be an engine for ideas and solutions. Parliament must be the place to demand and push reforms, not Twitter. We want to see a competent opposition called in Parliament. The opposition has time to go and reflect, and it must tell itself the truth about what it could have done differently. Learn from your mistakes from the last term and election, or perish. Lastly, the opposition must care and be seen to care about Job Sekala and Jacob Ngaruvume, not just in tweets but in reality. Opposition politics must be about good over evil everywhere, and not when it affects your favorites. I wish the opposition well in its reconstruction. This is what Hopewell wrote here on Facebook, and is after President Edi Mnangagwa was inaugurated on Monday. And so in short, the man is just saying that it is over. It is pointless kuti sadek you vachazoya vogadzirisa zvinhu vaitase hapasisina, because vaMnangagwa vatogadzwa kudhara vato Zimbabwean president, and tomorrow, which is Thursday, my MPs and senators will be sworn in at Parliament building in Harare. Saka, it is done. It is done deal. Hakuna kutanzi tingamirira vamwe vanhu kuti vauye kuzogadzisa nyaya idzi. Aiwa, it's high time that the opposition must go back and reconstruct itself. It must go back and actually do the right thing, which is having a structured opposition political party in a bank account, in a ideology, in a constitution, and opposition ngova a one-man band with his friends. And he's talking about the way it is structured right now. But my streets in the comment sections, people were not happy about what Hopewell wrote, and pano anofarira triple C kuti vamwe vasingafarira triple C, and saka mune munhu ane preference yake when it comes to nyaya dzepolitics. And someone saying kuti chimbomirai kunongedzerana zvigumwe, nero ndiye one munhu wandaona asina kumbobvira apanduka. Vamwe tokuzivai nguva zhinji munotarisa kuri kuenda mhepo vapanduki. And mumwe ari kutaura, mumwe ari kuti promises of divine intervention failed. That topic is not yours to comment on. Maybe you should stick to talking about public hospitals and maternity theaters, cause zvimwe zvese izvo unorotomoka. And mumwe ari kuti but that very same constitution you are advocating, Mr. Hopewell, was utilized against them to their demise. And I thought you initially said structures will help ZANU-PF to infiltrate the opposition. I thought you said Triple C must not go to court so that ZANU-PF loses its legitimacy to a stolen election. I thought you said MGC with its structures failed dismally. What has changed, Hopewell? And Hopewell did reply and said, what has changed is your inability to tell the truth about what I said and your failure contextualize what I said. And inyaya structures, I mean inyaya yatakambotaura nezvaipanapa several times. Triple C vachiti zvoni hatina structures. Reason why is because ZANU-PF was trying to infiltrate the opposition political party Triple C at some point. So vakaona vakati structures anonetsa, because once wangoenda pane munhu one chete in that structure, it will weaken inside the party. That's the reason why it's not going to zvakare primary elections achiitika ku Triple C, because of why nyaya infiltration, which is a very serious concern. Because if you look on the other side, ku MDC yava Douglas Monzora, it was infiltrated inside. That's why it was weakening weeks before election. That's why takazona vakawanda vakujamba ship vakuenda ku ZANU-PF, because some of them vangwatozonera kutoti party hapasisina. That's why takaona vanhu vazhinji vakujamba vakujoina ZANU-PF last minute. Ngoyese vangu vagara maybe vatori maZANU-PF already. And so someone say kuti you've said the truth, nothing else but the truth. Zimbabweans will keep using the same recipe and accept different results. Change is not cheap. And I appreciate Chamisa's efforts, don't pull him down. And Hopewell, sometimes you are like a thoughtless journalist zooming to doom. Which opposition do you want Chamisa to work with when there are a bunch of zeros on the ballot? Which structures are you talking about when those structured parties got zeros? Do you think people vote for a bank account or party offices? And you tell the truth about the majority of audience can't bear to hear this. They live in blank lines with any critical thoughts or their own independent opinions. So don't be surprised if you are attacked or labeled. And are you saying we have to go to war with these old aged ancestors? If you said the opposition is weak, you are wrong. Remember, UN and USA said you have to resolve your issues peacefully. You have to blame the army and police because they are the tools which ZANU used for them to remain in power. Rigging elections, army is supposed to refuse and that or take action. It's pointless to protest against the regime. They used guns. And Chamisa tried his best, but he's not our messiah. We need a consistent guy with a radical approach and some charisma. Nero has been weighted by ZANU-PF and found wanting, and Makuti ZANU-PF uses the structures of the opposition to infiltrate and then destroy it through its captured codes. This time they had no chance to. Again, there's only one opposition which is already united. The rest are ZANU-PF projects like Wanamaduku. Broad-based opposition, in my view, should be supported by churches and civil society at large. Hopewell nosochamisa is not weak. Wanga uchida kuti aite sei pakadai ZANU-PF inoshandisa police, army nema courts. And so guys, that's the latest here. Some agree with Hopewell, some they don't agree with him. But it's out in the comment section. This is Audio Thoughts with Prince on Prince Mnangagwa TV. The last comment here is it's foolishness for Chamisa to unite with other ZANU-lite opposition parties. We are well versed that the opposition parties in Zim are ZANU-PF projects. Hopewell is encouraging Chamisa to join hands with those parties like Dagi's MDCT. I think you should form your own political party. You do better than Chamisa. And this is what other people are saying here, replying to what Hopewell wrote on Facebook after President Mnangagwa was inaugurated on Monday. And as the Zimbabwean president, the man is saying that the opposition political party is lucky that ZANU-PF can't govern using meritocracy because corruption is in its DNA. But that itself won't save the opposition if it continues to be a one-man and his friends outfit. He's talking about, of course, the Triple C, and saying that being in denial of this, we are sure another defeat. And then so by 2028, Changwana the same results again, the same situation happening with this opposition political party, because apana change in chitika, and so they need to take this time to reflect and be open to each other. And what can we do next? What other strategies can we do so that we won't do the same thing like we did again in 2018, 2023, the same thing. I mean, if you look at it, 2018 elections are ango pera jakare, ango ma question mark, although can have court, but it was the same result. Jakango delay inauguration because of that court case, but 2023 they decided not to go to court. Many people are now questioning, okay, what will happen next? And so what we were saying, if the opposition political parties don't unite and continues to believe in their own propaganda, we will get to 2028 the same way we go to 2023. Do you agree with Hopewell or not? Get it out in the comment section here. This is Audio Thoughts with Prince on Prince Mnangagwa TV. Remember, atiri kutukana, atiri kushorana, maonera ake, mafungiro ake, munamuna maonera ake, mafungiro ake, and you are free to comment in the comment section. There's no need to insult each other or kutuka munu or kutuka anyone else, because maonera kasana na ko, and yes, kutuka munu is not allowed here. And if you comment a bad word, I will delete your comment, even block you here. We don't need that, because we are all Zimbabweans at the end of the day, and we all want the same thing, which is a better Zimbabwe for everyone. And because aufare chamisa and ufara chamisa na fara ed but afare ed, you don't have to insult anyone here. This is Audio Thoughts with Prince. Bless up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Bless up.